Welcome to Near the Speed of Light. Near the Speed of Light is a crossplay application where two teams use different devices to play against each other. On the one hand, we have a team of mobile players who use different kinds of tablets and cell phones or even web browsers to control space shuttles, and they can fly those shuttles at different fractions of the speed of light with the goal of collecting stars. On the other hand, we have a team of VR players who are using relativistic lightsabers, and they're trying to stop those space shuttles from achieving their goal. Now, with this video, we're going to look into the mobile application, which allows us to control different kind of space shuttles. Keep in mind that the browser-based application will have a very similar mechanics. The overall goal of the Near the Speed of Light experience is to provide to players and students a better understanding and better intuition of what happens as we start moving closer to the speed of light. And with this video, we're going to talk about how to actually use speed boost to fly at different fractions of the speed of light. Now let's go ahead, join the server, and try to fly the shuttle. And we are flying. I'm leaving the safe zone, and here we go. You can notice how with my left hand I'm using joystick to control my shuttle to fly a little bit left, a little bit right. But on the right hand side, on the right side of my screen, you can notice these numbers: 5%, 15%, 50%, and 95%. These are speed boosts. They allow me to fly my shuttle at different fractions of the speed of light, at 5%, at 15%, at 50%, and 95% of the speed of light. Now let's go ahead and try one of them. Let's fly our shuttle at 5% of the speed of light. Here we go. And you can see how colors change around me. Now let's try another one. Let's try 15% of the speed of light. Go. And yes, now you can see how colors change even more dramatically. Now what happens here, our application helps you to get a better feeling of the relativistic Doppler effect. What happens is that all colors that we normally see, they lie in a visible spectrum. And each color has its own wavelength. But as we move faster, as we move closer to the speed of light, wavelengths become shorter and appear bluer. Things are getting blue shifted. But this is not the only relativistic effect that you can experience in our application. Now let's go even more dramatic and hit 50% of the speed of light. You can see how colors become even more bizarre. So what happens here is that light is not only a wave, it is also a stream of particles, of photons. The faster you move toward the objects giving off light, the more photons hit your eyes and the brighter everything seems ahead of you. This is called the relativistic beaming or headlight effect. Now let's see even more extreme version of it. Let's go ahead at 95%. Go. Whoa! So you can see that 95% of the speed of light gives by far the most dramatic distortion around us. However, this is not the end. At such an astonishing speed, at a speed of 95% of the speed of light, there are other relativistic effects that are happening around us, more specifically Lorentz contraction and time asynchronization. These relativistic effects make space and time around us warp, and the distortions become even more dramatic. We cannot see those distortions because everything is dark around us, and for this reason in our application we allow you to turn off Doppler effect and headlight effect. In order to do this, all you need to do is to double tap your speed boost button. Let's go ahead, let's double tap the speed boost button and see the distortion to the reality that happens due to Lorentz contraction and time asynchronization. Let's finish flying this round. And here we're coming to the portal. And now let's go ahead and double tap 95%. We're leaving the safe zone and double tap. You can see the fascinating effects that happen due to Lorentz contraction and time asynchronization. Now it is necessary to say that these relativistic effects of Lorentz contraction and time asynchronization become visible only at the extreme speeds that are very close to the speed of light. So honestly speaking, 95% is the only speed boost at which it makes sense to double tap in order to see Lorentz contraction and time asynchronization. Now 95% would be the fastest speed possible in our game. You cannot fly shuttle at 100% of the speed of light because, well, first of all, we're flying shuttles, so supposedly they have some kind of a mass, and nothing that has a mass can move at the speed of light. But even if we imagine that our shuttles are like photons, they don't have any mass, but then from the perspective of a photon, both time and space itself cease to exist and the game becomes meaningless. Now, the last thing that I have to mention is that all the speed boosts are available to you throughout the game. You don't need to earn them. Players can use them at any moment. But in the next video, we're going to talk about the special abilities that you do need to earn in this experience.